research.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone. My name is Rita, for those of you who haven't met yet, and I'm excited to be your one of your hosts today in this. Hello. So I'd love to hear any celebrations, any wins, anything that you're learning, personal takeaways, as well as questions in your ultimate lifestyle transformation. Marta, I see you have your hand up.
Hi, Rita.
Hi.
I apologize. I'm one of my kids' functions, so I hope it's not too loud in the background. I've tried to pull myself away. Thank you for hosting this call. I appreciate the support calls. I always have a million questions in my head. My first question is, I am starting my next round of the 30-day detox, so I'm in round 2. I just started this week. There was a slight delay in my product shipment. So anyways, there's a little gap. That's fine. I'm back on track. My question for you, Rita, is can I simplify my schedule a little further from the simplified? What I mean is, can I just do 1 shake a day instead of 2 and still eat from the list and, eat as clean as I can? I also find it's also because I feel like I'm not having enough calories. If I'm just doing the shakes, and the shakes aren't a lot of calories, as you know. So you're okay. That would be okay, right? I'm not doing anything off the detox path if I just do the 1 shake and then still eat. And I'm taking like the supplements, the aminos, the biomed, and I've dropped down the biomedic just because I feel like I don't need it. Like my digestive system is really good. So that's okay. That's my first loaded question.
Yeah, so you can have 1 to 3 shakes a day or even more, but I would just listen to your body. I really base it on how much activity I'm doing that day, how busy I am, how quick and easy access to food I need, and just make sure that you're getting plenty of calories in. You shouldn't be hungry. And then
yes, I felt very hungry the first 30-day one, so I had to adjust like 2 weeks in. So
yeah, just get more calories in, and you can get, more grounding foods in if you need, but just listen to your body. Your body's going to steer you in the correct direction. And then with the biomedic, you can just tune in intuitively as well, and be like, oh, if you had something that had potential glyphosate contamination, you can add it in to really clean that out and help with your absorption. Yeah. And it also really helps with your absorption, that biomedic. So it helps with your minerals and vitamins. So that's huge. Until you get your absorption fully active, then you also won't feel as hungry, but just make sure you're getting as many calories as you need.
Okay, sounds great. You know what? I misunderstood all the functions of the biomedic. So I'm glad you repeated that it's also for absorption. I thought it was just to help the waste removal. So that's good to know. Also, so I just added the joint flex to my regime because the main reason why I'm doing a detox is for chronic body inflammation.
Okay. Yeah. So the biomedic will be really good for that too. Within 6 weeks of taking the biomedic, it reduces your C-reactive protein, which is your inflammatory marker, by 75%. So that's going to be huge. The joint flex is obviously amazing. Your tart cherry juice is going to help reduce that inflammation and clean up the lymphatic system. So adrenal support is really huge for chronic inflammation too. Are you experiencing it as chronic pain, or what are some of your symptoms?
Yeah, so like my symptoms are lots of tendonitis and multiple places. It just seems really odd. And then the tendonitis doesn't go away for months and months, or quite frankly, a couple of years before some of it has gotten better. So just weird that it had, like, most people get like tennis elbow. Okay, 2-3 months later, you're better, or 6 months later, you're better. I just keep getting things added to the list. So,
where are you going?
Are you there?
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. So that's my main issue. It's like a tendonitis. It'll happen in my hand, in my elbow, in my foot, and then both knees have some sort of beginning of arthritis, if not chronic tendonitis. So
yeah. So, oops. With the arthritis, that is a combination of lymphatic congestion and adrenal weakness. And that lymphatic congestion is just those acid wastes that build up into our tissues and in our joints. So all of your alkalizing foods are going to support that. And then your tart cherry juice is going to support that kidney filtration, which is that elimination pathway for those acid wastes to move out of the body. Sorry.
So Rita, that's okay. I know someone has it unmute. It's okay. So Rita, should I be upping my cherry chart juice then instead of just drinking it at night? Should I be drinking it more?
I would. I personally
Yeah.
would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at
Excellent.
some point, I definitely keep doing the joint flex that has amazing herbs in there that help to clean up your lymphatic system and help to address
Right.
inflammation. That's one of
Okay.
my favorite formulations. And then at some point, I would add in either the white American ginseng or the bee energetic to support those adrenals.
And I do take the bee energetic too every morning.
Fabulous.
Just to help that and the crack chlorella because I'm a bit low iron. I tend to run low iron. So yeah, there's other issues, but really the main reason I was taking it was for the body inflammation because it was getting just to become out of hand. It's hard to function with young children and have this much pain all the time.
I'm so
But
sorry.
okay, thank you. So
Yeah.
that's in general. And I guess just to end off my question would be if I'm going to alter and add in the joint flex and add more cherry tarts, do you think I would be ready to stop the detox at 60 days instead of doing a 90?
I would definitely do the full 90. That's when
You
you're going
would,
to have your
okay.
big breakthrough. I didn't have my huge breakthrough until 90 days in, and that's
Really?
when my
Okay.
hormones balanced and I got back to just a quality of life I hadn't been in since high school. So definitely
Wow.
carry it through the full 90 days. That's, it takes at least that long to come into balance. And how long have you
Okay.
been dealing with, this chronic pain and inflammation?
The first thing would have been the start of COVID, the week after COVID was announced.
Yeah.
So probably a little related to stress, but it's also I think just body aging. Like I'm just feeling different as I age. So
Yeah, and you can reverse that as you start to clean up that lymphatic system. So just give it
that sounds good.
time. And if you continue to alkalize the body and make it more of a lifestyle, like even going beyond the 90 days,
Mm-hmm.
you just get younger and younger and that inflammation goes away. So inflammation comes from over acidosis in the body, and that's what your alkaline superfoods are going to start cleaning up. And that's a lifelong journey.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
great.
I'd do your Be Energetic for a few months, and then I'd switch to like the White American Ginseng, and then
Okay.
switch to the Kids in Focus to calm the nervous system. So just alternate between those three.
Okay. And is there a reason why I feel like the Power Shake tastes really different on my reorder? It doesn't taste the same as it did for my initial kit.
It could be your taste buds changing.
Really?
But yeah, that's all I could think of.
Okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just thought, oh, this is odd that it tastes different.
Mhm.
So I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, thank you. I'm going to make some notes now and I'll let you answer someone else's question. I appreciate it, Rita.
Yeah, thank you so much, Martha. Awesome. Camille.
Hi, thanks for taking my share. Marta, I just wanted to introduce myself and just share my testimony with you. I've been on the Purium products for about 2.5 years, and I started because I had severe chronic pain from a spinal condition, some degeneration in my spine. So it was causing extreme nerve pain throughout my body. And my testimony is, I mean, that within 2 days, I noticed that my pain was gone. But as I've continued on this journey, I've noticed that the Biomedic has really helped to reduce the inflammation. I would say the cherry and the Biomedic just brought my inflammation way down. So I just would encourage you to continue on the Biomedic at least a full 6 weeks, because on the clinical trials, it's been proven to lower inflammation by 75% in the body. So that was huge for me. And then I did discover that the apothecary, if you need to take it, like if I used to be I used to have to take a lot of ibuprofen, and I learned on another Zoom that 1 tablespoon of the apothecary is like taking 2 ibuprofen. So when my pain would get really high, or I would, anticipate an activity that I knew was going to aggravate my condition, then I would just take more. Like there was days where I'd even take up to 5 or 6, even 10 tablespoons in a day. I know it can get a little bit expensive to do that, but I didn't want to put my liver and my kidneys under that stress of taking ibuprofen anymore. And I've actually been out of the apothecary for about 2 weeks. And because I've been so consistent over these 2.5 years, my inflammation and my pain is not noticeable even without the superfoods in my diet. So I just want to encourage you to just keep going and use this as plant medicine, because it's so powerful and you can be pain-free. And I'm just
Oh,
so
thank you so
thankful
much.
that you found this.
Thank
So
you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing.
yeah, there's a lot of hope. Yeah, awesome. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Camille. I'm so happy for you. iPhone. Sorry, it just says iPhone. I'm not sure who it is.
It's
Oh,
me.
hi. Hey.
Hi. So I have 2 questions. The first one is I have somebody who is a researcher, and her husband has been raving to her about how good this is, and she has gut issues. And he said that her research shows that we have 2 natural laxatives as our main ingredient. And I said, well, in which product? And he said, well, I'll have to ask her. And I thought, you might know what she's talking about.
The Super Cleansar is
That's
the
what
only one that has like natural things that are helping you to move your bowels. And the purpose for that is the Super Cleansar is killing off different parasites or microorganisms that aren't serving us, that are causing inflammation in the body. So we want to make sure to eliminate them. So it just has a couple of herbs in there that help that elimination process to make sure you're getting it out of the body.
Can you tell me what those herbs are?
Yes, let me pull it
Right.
up. I can't
I'm going to
remember.
write it down. Thanks.
So in Super Cleansar, we have, okay, so the black walnut hull is what helps to get rid of different parasites. The marshmallow root is incredibly soothing on your digestive tract. Any mucous membranes in your body, whether it's your lungs or your digestive system or your esophagus, that marshmallow root is like calming, soothing, repairing to your tissues. And it also helps that natural movement out of your body, have those bowel movements. Clove is another one for getting rid of those parasites. Wormwood gets rid of those parasites.
But those aren't laxatives necessarily, are they?
No, they're not laxatives. And then the senna leaf can help you have those bowel movements.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
And the other question is, I have a woman on a ULT, and she said she's on her 30 days, and halfway through her workout, she just feels exhausted. And so my suggestion was, can't beat this. But then I thought, should it be white American ginseng? Should it be energetic?
Yeah, I mean, any of those are great. And also reminding her to rest. So if she's in the middle of her transformation, is she in that super cleanser period?
Right now she is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so during that time, I would reduce intensive exercise and focus on more rest and, regeneration. That's when our body's tired during detox, it means our adrenal glands are resetting. And so in order to heal our adrenal glands and our nervous system, we actually need additional sleep during that time.
Okay.
So the white American ginseng is amazing for that adrenal support. There's amazing adrenal herbs in that Be Energetic. In that Can't Beat This and the Be Energetic. So all of those are good options, but also really encourage extra rest during this time. And for some people, it's like a whole mental reprogramming to like give yourself permission to rest. So
Right. I think you're right. And she's from the
yeah,
East Coast, so that's how that pace is back there. I'm on my phone. I can't tell. Are there a lot of people questions? Because I got one more, but if there's other people, I can.
there I would go ahead.
Well, I have somebody that's starting a ULT and wants to get off Adderall, I think it's called. And I suggested Revive It All be added.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely add in the Revive It All. That really supports the brain and memory and focus, and also Kids in Focus is
Kids in Focus.
amazing for kids and adults. It creates that calm, clear concentration and focus. And I would do the Revive It All, the Kids in Focus, and you can alternate between these, and also that white American ginseng, because there's an adrenal component when we have a hard time with focus.
Okay, far out. Thank you.
Awesome questions. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You too. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How can we help you
Awesome.
today?
So I have two questions. The first one, my friend was just asking me, she's doing the cleanse right now, and she was just asking me what's up with quinoa, I guess in the cleanse and then after the cleanse as well.
Yeah.
What's the deal with it?
Yeah, it's all about finding that right balance for you. So this is about lifestyle balance. Quinoa is one of the more alkalizing grains. So is millet. And it's one of those more rebuilding foods. So if you're feeling like you're needing that nourishment, that rebuilding, then that's a wonderful option. If your body's feeling like, man, I just want to cleanse and I'm feeling like I want more fruit, it's very much dependent on what your body wants and needs. And so finding that right balance for you, I personally try and get like 80% alkaline foods, which is like your fruits and your veggies and your superfoods, and then 20% of those more rebuilding foods, like your quinoa and all of that. So that's the balance that I aim for in my body. And then it just depends on what level of athleticism and activities and what your lifestyle is. And on your day-to-day, some days our body is so intelligent and amazing. Like when your body is going into that regeneration and repair, some days your body is working on healing your brain and your nervous system and your endocrine system. And on those days, your body just naturally craves more fruit. And then some days your body's working on repairing your bones and your connective tissue and your skin and your structure. And those days you're going to crave more like quinoa and nuts and seeds and rebuilding foods. So, and dark veggies. So listen to your body and let it be your guide, because it's going to guide you in the right direction.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And my other question, let me double check the things that she asked me about CoQ10. So she's been trying to get pregnant for a little while, and right now her and her partner are doing the 30-day ULT, and she asked about add-ins for fertility like CoQ10, I already forgot, CoQ10, vitamin E, or progesterone drops, and just any other, maybe any other recommendations you would have for pregnancy?
We have an amazing pregnancy blog on Purium. I'm gonna post that here, but there's so many great things for pregnancy. And again, I know we always talk about this, but the adrenal glands are really huge for fertility and pregnancy. So that white American ginseng leading up to it is really good. Doing the full ULT. I'm gonna pull up that blog for you real quick. So that you can check it out, but it has amazing resources. And I'll put that in the chat unless somebody else on here is able to put that in. But yeah, just, really, and then the zinc aid is great too, because that has your whole food, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A. So that's going to support your immune system. And it also has those micronutrients that we're just not getting enough of. So whole foods is what I would focus on. Not necessarily, yeah, I would just focus on the whole foods and the herbs.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. And I'll put that link. Oops. Hey, if everybody can go on mute, that'd be appreciated.
New at it. I'm on a Zoom.
Awesome. Amy.
Hi, Rita. I started a parasite cleanse yesterday, and I mean, I've been taking Biomedic for over like 2.5 years, more than that, right? And I kind of went down to 1 a day, and I was doing Ion Biome for a while, or I think that's what it's called, Zach Bush. But if I'm on this parasite cleanse and I'm like really committed to doing this 10-day intense, should I bump the Biomedic back up? Like, one shake of mine is usually partially Epigenous Kids too, but I don't know.
That's a good question. Yeah, I would stick with the 1 a day, especially if you're doing the Epigenous Kids too, because that's just going to, again, help with that absorption and, help strengthen that gut lining. And then, yeah, I would dive into the parasite cleanse. That would be perfect.
You don't think I need to bump it up? Like, it's usually what, it's 4 a day, so maybe.
Well, it's actually usually 2 a day. It should be 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, or 2 in the morning.
When you start a ULT, don't you do 2 Biomedic in the morning, 2 at night?
It's actually supposed to be 2 total, 2 in the day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There was a printout there for a while that said 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, but Dave actually corrected it, and it's actually 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
Really? Okay, that's brand new to me. Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, and listen to your body. If you're feeling like you need to, add in 2.
Okay, thank you.
And Lisa. And then we just have 5 more minutes, guys, because I know Carrie has a call after this.
Thanks for having me, Rita.
Yeah.
My questions today, sorry, I'm not showing my picture right now. I don't know why, but, oh, there it is. There it is. Hi. My question for you today, Rita, is, well, it's embarrassing, but it's beautiful because I want to get help with it. So I have struggled with some incontinence and my weak bladder. And I wanted to ask if you have any recommendations of what you would add on or do in addition. Some days I can tell, like when I've used the super cleanser, it's been better. And then it slowly kind of goes back to, or if I'm eating, I can't tell if it's from fruit or what kinds of things really kind of more easily set it off. But I just wanted to ask if you have any suggestions. So I've had 5 children and I've noticed changes for it getting better, but I'm like, there's something here and I'm not sure what's going on. So that was one question for you.
That's a really good question and nothing to be embarrassed by. After I broke my back, I definitely had troubles with that too. And one of the components is the parasite cleanse that really helps. And that has different herbs that are going to kill off different microorganisms that can cause inflammation. So that's a huge part of it and why you're noticing that difference. The other thing is working with the collagen support pack, because that has herbs that are going to strengthen your connective tissue, and it has like the proper proteins and such. So if there's any kind of weakness or prolapse or anything like that happening, that will strengthen it. And then the next thing, really bump up that tart cherry juice to help support that kidney filtration. Eliminating those wastes out. And once those wastes are eliminated out, there'll be less trouble with that as well. It's something that you can totally reverse and take care of. And the other thing that you could add in is the ionic elements, just to get those micronutrients in there, those minerals in there.
Awesome. Okay, thank you for that. Now I have a question about the apothecary because I love it and I really want more of it than I should ever have. But here's what happens. I get sores on my tongue from it. What would you say to that part of the situation? I still kind of do it, but and they go away, but then they come back. And I'm like, okay, if I take more, it seems to really make it worse. Like I feel like I'll follow the craving, but then I'm like, too much. And it happens with some fruit too for me.
Yeah.
We're on a super high fruit diet, my daughter and I right now, to detoxify her. And
Amazing.
me too, but I just wanted to say we're eating a ton of fruit. The apothecary, I love. So I just wanted to know, like, when is it not good? Like I'm showing that sores on my mouth or my tongue, it hurt afterwards. What would you say? Any ideas on that?
Yeah, for sure. So that's just a sign of detox. It's a sign that there is lymphatic congestion. So you just need to slow it down because it is an astringent cleanser. So just slow down your process. Fruits are more astringent than vegetables, meaning they're more cleansing. So you can slow down that cleansing process by adding in more juiced veggies until your body catches up with it, where it doesn't have that response from cherry. So keep doing it, just do less of it so it doesn't bring you to that point.
Okay, so even if I were to dilute it more, that would make sense.
Yep. Dilute it more. Yeah.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, thanks for the share on what you did to feel better and those ideas. I really appreciate it. I am using the ionic elements in my shake, unless you would say to do it differently.
Nope, that's wonderful. And yeah, just add in that collagen pack, which has the dark berry and the hair, skin, and nail renew formulation. And those herbs are amazing for supporting that connective tissue and your parathyroid gland, which is going to be really supportive to the bladder and kidneys and all of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rita.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. Well, thank you all. I'm so sorry I did not get to everyone, but this recording will be out. Lori, if you have like 30-second question, I could get to you.
I do. I'm on day 15 of the Super R, and I did really well, did all raw. And then at the end of day 15 that night, I ate brown rice and candy bar and everything. Did I just totally botch my whole Super R experience?
You didn't botch it. You know, one of the things that happens is when we're doing a parasite cleanse is we start to crave all the things that do feed the parasite. So that can be starches and breads and candies and sugars and cakes and all of it. And so that's just those microorganisms trying to stay alive after we're, going through that process of killing them off. So you didn't ruin it. Just continue on. This is not about perfection. I can't tell you how many times I did that when I initially started. But focus on, again, just continuing to add in your fruits and your veggies. And I always recommend doing a second parasite cleanse 20 days after doing your first one, because you get the first round in that first cleanse, and then you get the second round in that second cleanse. So it is important to do a couple. And don't beat yourself up whatsoever. Just continue to move on and enjoy.
Okay. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you all so much, and enjoy your evening, and we'll see you guys next week.